Lord, y'all, let me turn this light down till I back up. What's up, y'all? This episode was something else. Hey, Dr. Nicole. Y'all, Dr. Nicole is about to go live with the kid. Hey, Kelly. Hey. Um, Dr. Nicole, I think you have to send me a request so I can add you, boo. I'm feeling good. I'm your fave. You my fave too. You thought tonight was gonna be the night for what? I don't know. Hey y'all. Lord, what did y'all think? Dr. Nicole. Okay, there we go, y'all. Dr. Nicole is dead. Let me get my tea. Hey Elena. Hey Kamisha. What's up, Kelly?
Well, hello there.
Where you at? Oh hey, I went to get one more thing. I got one more thing to get, Dr. Nicole. One more thing.
Okay, go get your one more thing.
My one more thing.
Don't do it.
I had
See,
some pineapples.
you you see how malicious you are. You
I'm
see,
not. My throat was hurting, and I heard that pineapples help.
is that what you heard? Okay,
That's what I
I
heard.
see you.
It's
I
my
see
favorite
you.
fruit, Dr. Nicole.
Is that your favorite fruit now?
No, it's been my favorite fruit. Like,
Uh-huh.
been.
Okay. I think some people may have a little bit of a difference of opinion, or
Uh,
maybe they might think, oh, Tiffany, thank you. Hi, Nat.
oh, yeah, they love you, Dr. Nicole. Love
Oh, I love them. Hi there, everybody. What? See,
y'all.
they're laughing, they're talking because they're like, Dr. Nicole, don't buy it. That pineapple thing is new. Don't buy it, Doc.
It's not new. I'm telling you. I love pineapples. Like, I'm telling you, I love
I
it.
see. I see. And now after the last hour or so, maybe there's a little bit more of an affinity for pineapples. I don't know.
No, it's not. It's just something that's old. I keep pineapples in the house. I love eating pineapples.
I totally understand. And we are not going to spoiler alert. Thank you. Thank you guys. Appreciate you all. Hi, Alex, Alexis, Tiffany.
I do have some questions that people wanted to know. Did you think that that was a pineapple kiss? Or because I don't think it was a kiss. I think it was an exchange. I don't think it was a
Mhm.
kiss though.
I think I'm gonna stay out of that for right now.
Nothing to go.
Well, I would have to defer to the receiver.
And I say it was an exchange. So exchange it is.
Okay, not a kiss, but
Not a
an
kiss.
exchange.
It was just an exchange. It was like the pineapple in my mouth, and it was just like just an exchange. It was no funny business.
Do y'all buy that? Tell me what everybody thinks.
Let's see what y'all think.
All right, I see somebody saying I have them doing some self-reflection. That's good. Antoine Jackson said you kissed him.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, thank you, Miss Choosy.
Ash, I saw your lips. No, it was, listen, from the side, and you couldn't see anything. The thing is, I opened my mouth to get it. So see if I do it right now. See, you see that little jaw move?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
That's
Uh-huh.
what happened.
Thanks for the love. Oh, somebody said no kiss.
It was a very close exchange. See, it was
Okay.
a kiss. It wasn't a kiss. Okay, whatever.
Well, let's go with that. Right now everybody's been watching the show, so they got to see a lot of intense exchanges
Yes.
on the show. And
Yeah.
I want to celebrate you because you really did a lot of work. One of the things that is kind of good, and sometimes it depends on whose perspective it is, it's kind of challenging, is that people don't get to see all of the behind the scenes work,
Yeah.
right? They just get to see parts of the conversation. And you did a lot of work in this experience. So I really, I want to commend you and acknowledge you for that.
Thank you, Dr. Nicole. And I also would like to say thank you for putting up with me, because I know a lot of times I had a lot of pushback because too I felt like with a lot of the behind the scenes stuff, you know, a lot of things no one else got to see or experience but me. And sometimes it was so challenging. I think it was very draining at times, you know, some of the stuff that that we put each other through. And I see it now. And even, you know, now seeing certain things, I'm just like, oh my God, like I hate that Hollywood had to go through some of that stuff too, because even though it was a growing period for me, you know, it was something that was uncomfortable for him. And then I just keep hearing you like, okay, you deal with your own experience and let him deal with his experience. And so, yeah, I definitely tried to do that. So,
You know, because in marriage, it's it's two people trying to co-create something together.
yeah,
And you both have to be honest, and you both have to be as whole as possible
yeah,
to really try to create something that celebrates the both of you.
yeah, yeah.
Loretta said we need to start a class. We actually are starting a class.
Really?
Um, yeah, Miss Ashley, we are doing the Love Like You Matter experience.
Wow.
And there should be something for you guys to connect with. Yeah, I think there's a link in the bio where you can find out more about it. Hollywood for President. Now they know they friends.
That is not, well, you know, if you drop it, I don't
Hey,
know.
you never know in this life. We put no limitations on anyone. But yes,
Anybody,
we are doing an experience because there are a lot of single women who are trying to find love,
mhm.
and they're sick of dating the same person in a different body,
Yeah,
and they're really ready for a different experience.
yeah,
And then there are women like you who came on the show who said, I'm in a relationship, but we're trying to figure out if this has what is needed to move to the next level and create a lifetime together.
yeah.
And then you have those men and women, they already have a ring on it and they're trying to keep a ring on it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So we're really going to be working with those three populations to really help some folks get some headway in the
Oh,
conversation.
nice. That's gonna be
So
good.
it's going to be really, really cool. And that, I don't know, they'll get to experience me behind the scenes, Miss Ashley. You better tell
Y'all,
them.
I'm telling you, Dr. Nicole does not play. And I tell everybody that. It is so crazy because, like, you even coming to the house or going to the session, sometimes, you know, you feel like you're going to the principal's office. I'm not going to lie. Because I feel like you could see, and I would tell people that all the time. I feel like you could see me, like, and not just you. It's not just who we portray. You
Yeah.
know, you see into the heart and soul of people, and even through some of the things that we would say, you could interpret it in a way that we don't even see. Like, you know,
Yeah.
and I think it's an incredible gift that you have,
Oh,
and
thank
you
you
would
so
make
much.
it so, like, you would put it in layman's terms, and you would kind of get to us where we needed to, you know, where we were. And I appreciate that. I appreciate your patience because I know I push back a lot.
I listen, it's so interesting because one of the things that I love about the work that I do is that first of all, it doesn't feel like work. It feels like, right? It feels like I'm teaming up with folks who want something yummy and amazing and
Yeah,
wonderful for themselves. They're just not really sure how to get it.
yeah,
And what I try to do is hold the space for them to be fully who they are. So people say that a lot. Dr. Nicole, I feel like you're looking into my soul. And I'm like, no, I'm just not judging you. I'm just seeing the full experience, and I'm holding the space and fighting for the full person to show up.
yeah.
Because we don't need any more people dating a representative and marrying one.
At
Amen.
all. Amen. Let us say a prayer for them. Moment of silence. No.
You know, it's like we don't need anybody doing that ever again.
Oh,
Like we have enough of that. So
enough.
did you feel like you had enough room to fully show up in your experience?
I felt like I was trying to fight for it to get more room, but I felt sometimes it was hard for me to get that room.
Yeah.
To be honest, I really do. I felt like a lot of the times, you know, in relationships, and I can say that I've given Hollywood a lot of leeway, where he had a lot of power, I think, to allow me to do certain things because, you know, I was him and his heart and how he felt. But I saw where that stifled me a lot. Like, you know, that kind of hindered me in making my decision. I felt like I started kind of pushing back, like during this process with it, but I still felt like, you know, with him, I don't feel like it was enough of like the leeway that I needed. But I do feel like I made the best of what I had.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, it's so interesting because I hear a lot of women talking about fighting for that space.
Yeah.
Right? Fighting for the right to be 100% present. Right? And feeling like they often have to leave pieces of themselves.
Yes.
Different places because the scenario doesn't support 100% of themselves showing up.
True. And that is true. And that was like, it was hard for me because it's like, I didn't want to get to the point where I was just like, oh, you know, I'm going to give up, because I know a lot of the times that's what I did in that. And I know that I created, you know, some of that. I co-created some of that he was doing because I allowed him to do it so much that he was just used to me doing that.
Oh, that's good. That's juicy. That's juicy.
It was me. Look, I allowed him to do that. And so he felt like he had that liberty throughout this process. And I think, you know, a lot of that acting out, which I felt he was acting out, was because it was just, he wasn't used to what the new side that I was giving to him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. It was hard, but yeah.
You know, I was watching the episodes, and I got to talk about y'all. When I get in the room with y'all ever again, I'm going to say this. The absolute joy on your faces when another couple was struggling was out of this world. I was like, look at how happy they are that somebody else. They like, get them, Dr. Nicole.
Get them. Especially Shay. And I know Shay came through here. She was saying, hey, especially Shay.
Hi, Shay.
Yes. And Tamika said, hey, too.
Hi, Tamika.
Easier. Like, you know, it was hard when we were in the hot seat. Like, I felt like I would sweat a lot, and I just felt like I was in the hot seat, you know? But when it was somebody else, it was like, all right, it ain't me. Go ahead. Like,
right. That was the funniest thing, because after like episode 3, I was like, wait a minute. Look at how happy their faces like light up, like trying to hold it back when somebody else was in the quote unquote hot seat. And you know, I mean, for me, I didn't think that the seats were that hot. I really did. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't think the seats were that hot. Here's what I thought was hot. Because I hold the space for the relationship, not the two individuals. It forces the two individuals to decide, are they on the same side that I'm on? Because I'm on the side of the relationship. So
that's
right.
See, look at Shay. Shay said those seats were hot.
You see what I'm saying? But that's what makes it hot. Would you, if you really think about it, would you agree? You know, what makes it hot is the questions that I'm asking, the things that I'm pointing out, the things that I'm telling you to work on, is me having my pom-poms and my team shirt that says I'm team relationship. Yeah. Right? So if in a moment you're not team relationship, you're going to feel it and you're going to see it. Yeah. And that heats up the seat a little bit.
It heats it up real quick. And obviously we were not team relationship a lot, all of us. Because it would get so hot. And I think that was like something that you were so good at, is that you can call us out on that. Like, and you would see it and you would call us out, but it wouldn't be like a judgment call out. Right. But it still would call out like, oh no, you about to feel this and deal with this. you know, and we did.
You know, but what I'm so grateful for is that you guys were in it because, you know, in our community, we don't get to see a lot of people working
Mhm.
at what they say they want.
Yeah. And
We
that's
just don't, we don't get to see it,
yeah.
right? So, you know, the biggest thing for me is every week when the same couples come back in the same room, in the same seats, it's like, look, everybody survived.
Mhm.
Everybody spoke the truth. Everybody's dealing with hard stuff, but everybody's back. So, hey, it doesn't kill you,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, and that's the thing too that I think with me a lot of the times, and I even told you this when we had our like one-on-one, that I feel like sometimes I can make decisions and
Yeah.
people, and I think other people probably they could feel the same way, is that sometimes I feel like the decision is life or death.
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily like that. It's a decision and you just deal with whatever consequences come with that decision. But I think, even growing up how I grew up, that's how I thought. And so that's what makes certain decisions and certain things, it just made it so hard for me at times because I'm an overthinker and I'll just let it go and just thinking that it's just the finality of it all.
Do you remember? Hi, everybody. Welcome. Come on in. Come on into the conversation. I love that, Miss Choosy. Come on in. Do you remember the conversation that we had when we were talking about indecision?
Mm-hmm.
And that hey Adaz, hey everybody, come on into the
Yeah, they like
conversation.
because they
So
knew Dr. Nicole was not playing. Go ahead.
hashtag team relationship. Whoop, whoop. So one of the things that I said was people don't recognize it, but there's no such thing as indecision or passivity.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Not making a decision is a decision.
Yeah.
And it's the worst kind of decision
Yeah.
because it's a default decision.
True.
Where you're not in the driver's seat, you're just sitting in the car and the steering wheel is just going wherever the default function is, right?
Yeah.
And we see so many times women with fear of making the wrong decision.
Yeah.
Decisions are made for them.
Yes. Yes.
Right?
So true. That is so true.
And that's one thing I wish I could I wish I knew how to express that
Mm-hmm.
for women to recognize it's often not the decision that's going to take you out.
Yes, it's not.
It's the indecision that's
Yes.
going to take you out.
And I agree. And I think that's why your words, I definitely think, with the program that you're starting, that you're doing, it is so true because a lot of times we don't have the tools to even recognize that's what we're doing and that's what we're allowing to happen.
Yeah.
That is so good.
And it's not free.
Yeah.
Here's the thing that gets me, right? Indecision is not free. So
Yeah.
you have a default decision made for you.
Yeah.
You got to pay for the decision, but you didn't even have any real say in the decision. It's like, what the hell? Man, look. If I'm gonna pay for it, Miss Ashley, I need to be in it.
Yeah.
And if I find out, because a lot of women will say, but what do I do if it's a wrong decision?
Right.
And I'm honest when I say that doesn't really exist.
Yeah.
And here's why it doesn't exist. Grown ass women support the decisions that they make.
Yeah.
And when they get the opportunity to make another decision, they make another decision.
Yeah.
So you support the decision that you made with the information you had at the time.
Yes. And true.
Amen.
Yeah. And that takes a lot of pressure off of you. Like when you put it like that, because you told me that. And when you put it like that, that takes a lot of that pressure off. So you can do it and it's like, okay, if I mess up, if I fall, I fall. That's why I hope that they show that part because we had a heart to heart and you actually told me that. If you fall, you fall. Who cares? Get back up.
Because it's not failure.
It's not failure.
Falling is falling. Failure and falling are not the same thing.
Yes. And
that
is amazing. Failure and falling are not the same.
They're not the same thing.
That's not the same.
And we feel that all the time. It's like, I don't want to fail. falling is falling. Fall
Yeah.
forward. Amen. Just
Yeah.
if you can, like
Right.
a football player, fall forward.
Yeah. And that's
Then
true.
when it's time to get up, you get a little bit more yardage, but
Yeah.
support your decision.
Yeah.
Even if in the moment after the decision, you're like, wow, I have some new information now.
Mm-hmm.
I support the decision that I made when I made it.
Yeah.
And I have to pay the price for my decisions. I pay for them.
Yeah.
Whether they're good or bad,
Yep.
I pay for them. But I'm present.
Mm-hmm.
I'm grown.
Yep.
So because I'm grown, I support the decision that I made. And when the opportunity comes for new information, I can then say, wow, I choose to make a different decision.
Right. Right. And that's what we have to be okay with.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm learning. Honestly, that part is the part that I'm learning. That I can make a new decision. I can renegotiate.
Yeah.
And tools you taught me.
Yes. I love that.
I was paying attention. Tell them about what you said about renegotiating, because that is another part that I feel like is very important when you're in relationships. You think that just because I said this or I accepted this at one point in time, that I always have to accept it.
Yeah. You can renegotiate the terms.
Yeah.
And you should, because actually, as you're growing, and I got to laugh, somebody said, Dr. Nicole, how do you get a girl to drop it like it's hot? I'm like, what you asking me for? You should get, if that's what you want to do, you should know how to do that. But,
Right.
So, hi, sister. Oh, I didn't know that she was up. Miss Ashely, my sister and my wonder twin, my business partner, my friend, Crystal Khalil is on here. I just saw her go up. She loves the show. She's super amazing. That's my wonder twin. Now, Miss Ashely, there was a cartoon back in the day, Super Friends, on Saturday morning. I don't know if you about that life, but Saturday morning cartoons, long time ago, and there were these twins called Zan and Jana. And when they would put their fists together, they'd say, Wonder Twin power, activate, shape of whatever, whatever. And they could do anything they wanted to do when they put their fists together. That's my Wonder Twin.
Okay, Wonder Twin. Y'all do it. Anything can happen when y'all come together.
And all kind of stuff happens when we come together. Aww. But renegotiating the terms of your relationship. Mm-hmm. Here's the thing that's funny. If you don't like the terms, mm-hmm, and you're not renegotiating the terms so that it works for both parties, yeah, that's when people start to do real stupid stuff. Mm-hmm. Right? They start to sabotage. They start to do things because they feel confined. They feel like they're not growing. They feel like they're not being seen. They feel like they're not being heard, all of that. So you got to come to the table and say, hey, so before COVID, I used to wash my car and put gas in my car, mm-hmm, make sure that, my car got oil changes and all of that. But now that COVID has happened, when you go to the cabinet, there's always food in the cabinet. Mm-hmm. So my renegotiation is, if every time you go for a slice of bread, there's a slice of bread there. Mm-hmm. If every time you go for ketchup, there's ketchup. If every time you go for Ciroc, there's Ciroc. I don't want to do anything with my car. Yeah. Right? Mm-hmm. And that's an example that just came up in a conversation. I don't want to do anything with my car. Yeah. I don't want to put gas in it. I don't want to take it for an oil change. Mm-hmm. I don't want to clean it. I just want to get into it like a princess. Yeah. That's what I want to do. Yeah. Right? Mm-hmm. That's renegotiating a term. Yeah. Because before COVID, we were just kind of doing what we needed to do to eat. Mm-hmm. And we were doing what we needed to do to get to work. Right. Now that we're home, I'm doing a lot more of X. Yeah. And I need you to do a lot more of Y. And then being able to say, now, how about you? Yeah. Yeah. What are the things need to work for you? Yeah. No need to act like it's not being negotiated, because here's the thing. People are negotiating all the time. Mm-hmm. Yep. It's the one who's not bringing their terms to the table that often feels like, yes.
That is true, because I felt like that. I really did feel like I didn't even know that that was an option. And like I said, a lot of the tools you give, I felt like, I felt like we needed more time with you, but I felt like,
Yeah.
the times that we did have, you dropped so many good gems like that, that I feel like that is some things that I will definitely take on forever, regardless of any kind of relationship, a relationship, with a parent or a sibling or just anybody. It
Absolutely.
cross all boundaries, and it's just not applying to relationships. I
Yeah.
feel like that is something that is very important, and I learned that you can renegotiate, with your boundaries, with yourself, like how you allow people to treat you, or to even be in your space.
Yeah.
So that was really good.
And I'm so grateful that you're giving other women the opportunity to see the importance of that,
Yeah.
because that's huge.
Yeah.
That's huge. Being
Yeah.
able to say, no, I'm here, I'm fully here. There's
Yeah.
some things that are not working,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
So I want things to work for you, and I want things to work for me.
Yeah.
So how
So,
do we create that? Mm-hmm.
so I do have a question though, because Hollywood said he wanted a threesome, right?
Let me just say, I saw that. Episode. I laughed so hard when he said, Ashley said, you just need to do one side straight and one side. I said, that's Miss Ashley. I bet you she
Actually,
said that.
you
Yeah.
can have this one side, and I'll turn that way and then turn that way. But he
Yeah.
didn't want it. So the thing is, he said he wanted a threesome. So just to get a little chuckle in here. So I think I should get it. I should get one. I think I should have Kwame on the other side. What you think, Dr. Nicole?
you wanna start a war. Oh my God.
Nicole, I
Listen,
think it should be. I think it's only fair. I think it's only
listen.
right.
Grown folks, okay, get to negotiate what they want. But all I'm saying is make sure that you can deal with the repercussions of those fancy decisions. Crystal said, Ashley, goddamn.
I'm just saying, I think it's only right. He's out here doing all of these shenanigans, Dr. Nicole.
Right.
And I think we need to just get some things done.
Listen, if you can get that done, I'll give you $5 and a piece of Bubblicious gum.
I don't think I'm gonna get it done. I don't think he's gonna agree to that, Dr. Nicole. I'm just saying. I just think it'll be. I mean, he wanted a threesome, so I think I should get one too.
Listen. It's so funny. It's so funny how relationships are one of the most amazing things that you can have. Having the opportunity to create a dynamic with another person,
yeah,
is truly a blessing.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing is you got to create it with whole people.
Yeah. And that's true.
Right. And a lot of times, and you can tell me your experience with this, we find a lot of women who shift who they are to keep a relationship.
Yep.
Or to try to avert somebody from leaving.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And the challenge with that is, I would say things on the show like, that's not sustainable.
Right.
It's just not sustainable.
Yeah.
And then when it starts to fray and things start to rip apart, then the squeeze is on to make sure the person doesn't leave. And it's like one of the reasons that they're leaving is because who you really are is not showing up.
Yeah. And that's true. Somebody said that they did that. They agreeing with you. They did that because a lot of people do. For me, honestly, I'm not into it. I've never been that kind of person. I don't knock anybody that do it because, I know people that have, but that's just not me. I don't like to share. Okay, number one.
Right.
So, but I can understand, like you said, like why someone would, but yeah, no, that's not my experience. That has not been my experience. I think if anybody really wanted that and he really, really wanted that, no, you can go ahead and have it because I'm good. Goodbye.
You said if you're not willing to do two sides of the head,
I'm good.
I don't know what to tell you, and I'm not gonna change that point of view.
Hello.
What do you think is one of the hardest challenges women in relationships have right now that are not married yet?
That are not married yet? I think a lot of times, like women, especially when you get to a certain age and you're not married, some people feel like you need to settle because you're getting older. Because I've seen that a lot. Like even reading a lot of the comments and stuff, they'll say, "Oh, Ashley's 39, and you have Hollywood. He loves you and he professes love. Just go ahead and marry him and do this." And I think a lot of the times we settle for just because we've been there for 9 years or the age, you don't want to start over or stuff like that. I feel like a lot of those challenges that, we feel like, oh, well, things will just get better once you get married. And I've heard a lot of people say, no, the things that you have issues with, you get married and those issues are bigger and they keep going.
That's what the research says too.
Yeah.
So it's not even just people. The research says that, if you are having dynamic challenges before, the getting married does not diminish those challenges.
Yeah.
Right? So that's not the reason to get married. You do see people that are like, the dress and the this and the that is gonna fix it, and it hardly ever fixes it. But people don't listen to that. It hardly ever fixes it. So the interesting thing is, I don't believe in starting over. Did you know that? I don't know if you knew that.
What you mean you don't believe in starting over?
I don't believe in starting over.
Like in the same relationship?
I don't believe in starting over. So when people say, Dr. Nicole, I don't want to start over. I've been in this situation for this many years, and to leave this, I'm going to be starting over. I don't believe in that. I believe your entire life is a continuum. So if for a really good reason, you decide that one situation has to come to an end, the next situation, you take all of your lessons, you take your age, you take your maturity, you take all of the good stuff, you take all of the things that are lessons learned with you to continue your journey.
That's a good look at it. I never even looked at it that way.
Right? And a lot of women are like, I don't want to start over. So they stay in places that are not nurturing. They're not co-creating anything. They're just existing. They're coexisting. But they're not co-creating anything. It's draining them. And the plaque that they hold is the time served.
Yeah.
And what I say is, that time, you get credit for all of that time.
I know, but
you learned a lot with all of that time.
You do, but then you have to learn somebody else. I think that's the part where you think about starting over. You're just like, well, I have to, like, with someone else, I have to learn them over. I have to meet their family. They have to meet my family. Like, that's the part. But you're right. Like, if you think about it like that, you're not starting over. You're just continuing.
You're just continuing a journey. Because here's the thing, there's no reason to put good money after bad.
Yeah.
Right?
True.
When you decide in your soul, when your soul knows something, right? There are some things that you know.
Yeah.
And you may not want to know it.
Yeah.
But you know that you know it.
True.
Right? When you know that you know it.
Yeah.
Put your money behind good.
But how do you, okay, so listen, that's so true.
Okay.
And that is very true. I agree with you 100%. But sometimes it can be difficult, I feel, to put those words into action. Sometimes. I mean, maybe not for you, but like say, for people that have been in relationships for a long time, you get attached to a certain person, not even a connection. It's an attachment that comes with that. So when you decide, I'm going to continue my journey alone, and you are trying to get, like, how do you separate that attachment to kind of do what you're saying?
Boundaries, honoring your gut,
yeah,
honoring your truth, having a spiritual core and connection. Because here's the thing.
Yeah.
When you're being called for a shift and called to a change,
Mm-hmm.
like for real, I'm not just talking about, oh, you did this today, I'm upset with you, I'm leaving. That's
True.
not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about real grown folks stuff.
Yeah.
When you know that the road is not meant to continue,
Right.
there is a spiritual connection in that conversation. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully you're not just out here on these streets just doing what you want. Because
Right.
if you're just doing what you want, you'll be all over the place. You'll never be any place long,
True.
right? But if there's really a spiritual understanding of what is my purpose,
Yeah.
what's the vision for my life? What vision do you have for me?
Mm-hmm.
And is this circumstance your best for me?
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
this your best for me?
God. Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
this your best
That's strong.
for me?
That's strong.
Right? Then that's a very different conversation.
Yeah.
Because then it's time to say, well, if this is not your best for me,
Mm-hmm.
show me how to fully show up in my skin. Show me how to make the decisions that either renegotiate what is best for me or give me what I need to move into my next, because my next is going to grow me to my best.
Yeah. Oh my God, Dr. Nicole. Can I listen? I need to just like record you and have, that's what you need to do. You need to do daily affirmation, like daily things like that. So when people, because think about it, like seriously, people go through these relationships. We've come to you on this show going through certain things. And sometimes we need those gems. You need to have an app. Do an app and start it to where you can do something how they have Sprinkle of Jesus. Like you need these gems to come up and pop up on people's phones. And I need my credit.
But I heard that. I'm going to say, says Ashely.
Says Ashely. Like, serious, Dr. Knuckles, because that's stuff that is so true. Like a lot of times, you know, we think it, but we're not really we don't know how to verbalize it. And I tell a lot of people, like the interviews I've done, sometimes I feel like, you know, I felt a lot of things, but I didn't know how to verbalize it. And so certain things you would say, you would really put it into perspective for me. And I've had a lot of women hit me up and say, oh my God, like your, you know, story, Dr. Nicole is speaking to me too. Oh. And like they tell me that all the time, but I'm saying like the things that you say, Dr. Nicole, are amazing, like really amazing. And even now, I think the things that you're saying is resonating with me because I feel like that's stuff that I need to hear.
Yeah.
You know?
And the thing about it that's so cool is we all need to hear it.
Reverend Dr. Nicole app.
Reverend Dr. I love that. AskDrNicole.com. You guys have been hearing Ashely just being so kind and wonderful. And I so appreciate it because in our community, she like, I ain't being wonderful. I'm just saying, doesn't go. In our community, we need to affirm each other having a third opinion that helps us find our strongest space.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And it's so interesting because we don't get to see that a lot. We've been taught, y'all just fight it out behind closed doors and just don't let nobody know.
Yes.
Right? And the thing that's so horrible, can I tell you what's so horrible about that?
What?
We're trying to build a house.
Yeah.
You got a screwdriver.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Phillips. I got a screwdriver. It's a straight head screwdriver.
Mm-hmm.
Don't nobody got a hammer. We need a hammer.
Right. Yeah. You need.
How long we gonna sit here with these two screwdrivers? They're great screwdrivers. Don't get me wrong. They're like top of the line screwdrivers. So they're not even raggedy. Okay, they're not broke down. But how long we gonna sit here with these two screwdrivers, knowing that we're missing something?
Right.
And in our community, folk be like, girl, just keep working them screwdrivers, child. It's going to be fine. No, it's not.
Right.
It ain't going to be fine.
Right. But I don't know why in our community it's not really like now it's getting to the point where going to therapy and getting that help is important and stuff like that. But I feel like even for, Black women, we need that. We need your voice. You have so many good things. Like, you don't know how many people hit me up when you said the thermometer thing, when you were like, you keep moving the thermometer. That one is amazing. Like, I'm serious, Dr. Nicole. Listen, Crystal, can we join forces with Dr. Nicole so we can get this app popped up? Because I'm telling you, Dr. Nicole, we could be rich. And I said,
What?
we.
She's like, because I needed to say, says Ashely. Cha-ching. Well, we are doing some things because thankfully so many people from the show have reached out. People that have been watching from all over the world. So I'm humbled by that because this really is ministry for me. This is a craft that I've been walking in for years and years and years, just trying to help people get to the next level. So if you're not following me, absolutely follow me. Ask Dr. Nicole, Sister Diamonds. Those are my two hangout places on social. In my tribe, definitely you want to follow Miss Ashely so you can see what's going on with her and the new things that are happening. The Love Like You Matter experience, Miss Ashely, I think is going to be such a blessing for so many single women and for so many couples.
Okay. Yeah.
And we've got something coming up. I want to say the date might be January 23rd. Heart of the Matter Conversations that you all will hear a lot about if you're following me. It's going to be coming up in your feed. But listen, if you have not registered for the watch party on January 1st,
y'all better do it. It's the finale.
And January 8th, you need to go into, you just need to go into a corner, get you some popcorn, get you some pineapple, get your whole life together, get a nice, just get your nerves right. Get your nerves right on that day. But you need watch party. Yes, you should be able to see the link that you can click on, and if somebody from my team can put up the watch party information.
I'll try to pin it. I don't know how to do that, but I'll try to pin it.
Maybe somebody on my team can pin it so that they can register. You need to register for the watch party that's happening on the 1st. And it's in the bio. The link is in my bio, you guys. So I guess your girl, Sarah. Thank you, Sarah. Sarah's on our team. Love her so much. Go into the bio, click on the link. You need to be at the watch party. Get your snacks,
get some pineapples, y'all.
Yeah, because we're not sharing our snacks with nobody that night. We just gonna be sitting there like this.
No pineapple exchanges. It's just gonna be for me.
So go, hey there, Bashe. You gotta go.
Somebody say everybody breaking up that day. I already see it coming.
No spoiler alerts. We're not saying a word.
And I definitely will save this live. Make sure y'all will come back and look at it over and over because, of course, Dr. Nicole is giving some great gems. So I have a question, Dr. Nicole. If y'all have questions, put the questions down there so we can answer. Because I'm telling y'all, this is like a once-in-a-lifetime thing to have this lady, this goat, telling y'all everything. Okay. And yes, really pineapples. Yes. So someone asked me, do you believe in gender roles in a relationship?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah, because that, so much of it is how we've been conditioned, right? That's how a lot of us have been conditioned. So to say that it doesn't exist, what is the point? I don't know the point of saying that it doesn't exist. Right. What I think the point is you remembering that you and your partner make the rules for you and your relationship, right? So there are ways that they grew up. There are ways that you grew up. There are things that you expect. There are things that they expect. Please don't wait until you are married to now have that conversation about what did they see for the first 28 years of their life. Please save yourself. You really, that's why dating is data collection. Dating is about data.
Yeah.
Your job in dating someone is really to see them and understand them and give them as much opportunity and affirmation to totally show up.
Yeah.
With their whole self.
Mm-hmm.
Because if what they've seen all their life is that their father never did laundry and their mother never cooked,
yeah,
what does that mean to you?
yeah, mm-hmm.
What does that mean for you?
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Those are two very domestic things. They may say, you know, I never saw my mother cook.
I'm just laughing because Kwame just said we got down. He said we got
right?
Kwame, really? Did we?
Don't get in trouble, right? Right? So, for example, my father, rest his soul, my father cooked. My mother was a very good cook, but my father was a Caribbean man that could cook very well. So, what I grew up seeing was men that could handle themselves in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Right? So you got to know who you are, what your expectations are, and don't lie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Be honest about it.
That's true.
Be straight up. Be honest.
Yeah.
Speak what is true and negotiate from that space.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll be surprised how everybody kind of just works it out because
True.
we knew what we were getting into.
And that is true. That is really, really true.
Right? Now,
Yeah,
huh?
I said, then you won't really be so upset, if you get into something and, you don't cook.
Right. I'm
just
just
cook,
I'm
Dr.
just
Nicole.
saying.
I can cook, okay? Because I like to eat.
Listen, but I must say this too. And folk might get a little twisted on this one, but I'm just going to put it out there. You know, a lot of people want men to lead,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
right? And that is a wonderful thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I too, my personal stance is you want a man that can lead.
Yeah.
If he's not leading anything in his life well,
mm-hmm.
don't be abusive.
Okay. I agree.
It is borderline abusive.
Yeah.
He's not leading anything well, but all of a sudden, he needs to be King T'Challa on day one. Come on, people. Come on now. Come on now. You see what I'm saying?
Black forever.
No shade. No shade.
Yeah.
Right? If he's not leading his life well,
yeah,
there are probably some reasons, some circumstances, some things that he's learned that are not working well for him. But you can't expect him to be King T'Challa on day one. And then you trying to kill him and out him to everybody because on day two, he wasn't Wakanda forever.
Right.
So I'm just putting that out there.
What are they see? And they talking about, okay, yeah, I'm even about to address Hollywood because he's over there acting up. We're going to answer some more questions. Another question I saw, I can't find it on here. I'm trying to put it up here so you can see it too. But somebody said I can't find it right now. They said, how important is sex in a relationship?
It's important because connection is important. Connection is very important. And here's the thing, when you think about it, there's only two other things that are happening where a man and a woman or where people in a relationship are connected in that way. Mm-hmm. That's either kissing the person or surgery. That's it. That's it. Think about it.
You're right.
That's it.
You're right.
Right? So that's why you got to be really clear who you are connecting that energy with.
And that's
because
true.
There are two things that have another person in your body and them in yours. If they trying to go in there, fix something, take something out, repair something, and they're called a surgeon.
Yes.
Or if you're kissing somebody, or if you're having sex.
Just kissing? Just kissing, Dr. Nicole?
Well, here's the thing. If they're in you, if someone don't try me. They in your mouth and you in theirs. I'm not talking about pineapple now. Don't try to get me in trouble over here.
I was like, be clear. Let's be clear.
Right? Don't get me in trouble. So that's why it's so important. Now, we've done some things in society to try to minimize what it is so that we don't have to hold any accountability for how important it is.
Yeah.
But it's very important and meaningful.
Yeah.
Which is why the brain does amazing things when you are having sex with someone that will make you feel attached. Your brain will make you feel attached from you having a sexual connection with a person.
True.
None of that is by accident. It's divinely purposed, it's physiologically purposed, it's physically purposed.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Yeah, that is true. But I mean, I don't know because I'm a virgin. But yeah.
Yes. You see? Yes. There we go. No shade. No shade at all. No shade at all.
I know you can see me, so I'm like,
no. Hey, now here's the thing. You never have to do this with me.
I know, but I felt like I did.
Ever. Never.
I know you see, like, seriously, sometimes it's just like, sometimes you want to be until, you just be hot. But it's like, I know you could be like, okay, yeah, no, right here, this is the part I'm going to touch. And
no shade. You're like, Dr. Nicole, why?
Somebody did ask, though, about how, I forgot the question, but it was about unavailable, like, emotional men or whatever. Somebody asked that question. How can they stop attracting unavailable, emotional men?
Oh, you're going to have to come to the Heart of Matter conversations for that. That's a real conversation.
Yeah.
For real.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot mixed in that. Yeah. Boundaries, vulnerability, recognizing that you can see a lot of things from afar. And if you continue to attract the emotionally unavailable, there's a pattern and a cycle that we can help you work on so that you don't do that anymore. Yeah. Or you at least diminish how often you do that.
Yeah. A lot of times women will see red flags at the beginning and they'll be like, oh, well, he'll change and he'll do that. Should a woman, when she sees these red flags, should that be something she takes off, or should she give someone an opportunity? Like, make it known to him, see if they're going to change it. If not, should she just run immediately?
Well, the first thing is you have to call a flag a flag.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So most of the time we will see things like, it's kind of pink.
It's fuchsia.
It's fuchsia. It's not fuchsia. If it's red, call it red. Why is it red? What does it mean to you? What does it mean to the possibility of future?
Yeah.
What needs to happen for it to be corrected, and how much of that work is yours?
Yeah.
Because it depends on whose work it is. Yeah. If it's not your work and it's not your work to do, then what is the expectation for the person to do their work, and how will you know when that work shows up?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right? So that is one of the main reasons women will say, well, Dr. Nicole, how do I know if I should get back with this person? Right? Mm-hmm. So this person comes back. They want to continue a relationship. We broke up. They came back. How do I know? And I say, what is the evidence that what was broken is now repaired? Mm-hmm. And they're like, huh? Would you say that? What, huh? What's the evidence that what was broken is now repaired? Mm-hmm. But he's different. What made him different? What is the evidence of the work that has now made him different? Well, he says, what is the evidence of the work that now made him different? Did he have a spiritual experience? Did he go to therapy? Did he go into coaching? Does he have an accountability partner? Did he have brain surgery? Did he have a life or death experience? What happened that gave him more tools than what he had? Mm-hmm. If you can answer that question, you might be onto something.
Yeah. Because a lot of times we just give people passes. Oh, you say, oh, he changed. And then you give it and then you be like, wait, what? What happened?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Are you excited, Miss Ashely, about moving the just moving forward in life? I'm very excited for you.
I am excited about moving forward in life. I have, you know what?
I
At
know.
episode 9, it's a little like a tug back and forth.
I can't wait to see it. I can't
I
wait for
know, but
everybody to see.
I'm excited about it. I am excited about it because I know whatever decision that comes out of it is going to be a decision that I made with the tools that I had at that moment. And I know that I always have the option to renegotiate, to change my decision, or to do whatever. But I am excited about the future.
I'm excited about your future too. And Danny had a question. And again, if you guys have not registered for the watch party, while I answer Danny's question, go into the bio. It's free. It's a watch party. We're going to have an amazing time. Danny wanted,
Oh, my bad. Hold on. Let me go back to that question, baby, because hold on.
Yeah, we don't want the pineapple question.
Right. Somebody said, Dr. Nicole, does your main understanding clarity with relationships is that from personal experience?
It's from all of it. It's from, I went to school in this area. It's from personal relationships. It's from healing in relationships. It's from my spiritual walk, to be able to hold the space for couples to really heal and work through. And it's from helping people be successful at it. Over time, you get to see some things, you get to see it from a different space. And you get to see the possibility for a relationship where a lot of times people think it's broken and it's irreconcilable. There's nothing that can be done. And then somebody like me and other people that do what I do can look at it and say, you got a fire in one room. The rest of the house is solid. You got a fire in one room, but the smoke is so bad that you think the fire is everywhere. The fire is not everywhere. It's just in one room. So if we can deal with the smoke and the fire in one room, the rest of the house is solid. Let's work on this one room, and then we can live in the whole house.
The whole house. Yep. And that's true. Oh, another question. Who was your favorite couple on the show? No, that wasn't a question. I was just saying. This question they had. What advice do you have for people who struggle with setting boundaries with people they love?
Get you some. Buy you some. Get you some. Boundaries are absolutely necessary for your thriving and your survival.
True.
They're absolutely fundamentally necessary. And people that don't want you to have boundaries, it's either because you've taught them that you don't exist, so they don't know how to do life with you, understanding that you have value in the relationship, or they're trying to, in some way, directly, indirectly, sabotage you being fully present.
Hello.
You gotta have them.
Yeah.
And in the work that we're going to be doing in the Love Like You Matter experience, we're going to teach you how to do it. Because actually, it'll help your relationship more than you could ever think.
Yeah.
But I know we got to go, Miss Ashely.
Gotta go.
We gotta go.
Thank you. And thank y'all for joining. I had such a good time, Dr. Nicole. Thank you so much.
I had such a good time, too. You know what I think of you. I think you're just wonderful. And I'm so excited about what the future is going to hold. So you guys, watch party, register. If you have not registered, go in the bio, click on the link, come to the watch party. It's gonna be on the 1st and the 8th.
I pinned it down there so y'all can click on it, and I'm gonna save this live so y'all can get it. Yeah. Thank you so much, Dr. Nicole. I appreciate all of your knowledge and putting up with us for this show. Jesus.
No, there was no such thing. It was my absolute joy.
No, you had to put up with Hollywood because he was
It was my absolute joy.
You gotta say that, Dr. Nicole.
No, I don't. You not tell the truth. If I be like, y'all was too much.
I was a favorite. No,
Bye, everybody. Good night, Miss Ashely.
Good night.
Bye. God bless.
Bye.